Hi, I'm Storm from Bright Minds Coaching. I specialize in online courses and workshops, coaching parents and kids in all areas of technology use. I've made this video today to celebrate Safer Internet Day. This is globally celebrated on the 6th of February to inspire conversation about using technology responsibly and respectfully. As parents, it is up to us to start the conversation with our children and ensure that they are staying safe online. Are you maybe one of the many parents that feel in the dark about all the technology available and wish you knew more? It's a fact that many parents don't know what their kids are doing online and are avoiding important conversations about online privacy and security. I'm going to talk through the main risks that kids are exposed to online now, and some tips of what we can do about each one. The first risk is inappropriate content. The internet is full of inappropriate content. Kids can easily search for it, or they might stumble upon it accidentally. Regardless, it's very easy to find if the websites containing the content are not blocked. Using parental control software to block websites you don't want kids to browse is essential. Another option is to use a child-friendly browser that automatically blocks websites that are unsuitable. It's also important to keep a close eye on your kids while they're online, or if that's not possible, just regularly check their recent search histories so you have an idea of what sites they're visiting. Another great tip is to place your computer in a room the whole family uses regularly. Another risk that kids are exposed to these days is sexting. It can be seen as harmless, but creating or sharing explicit images of a child is illegal, even if the person doing it is a child. It's also illegal to possess, download, or store an explicit image or video of a child, even if the child gave their permission for it to be created. It's important to tell your kids what can happen when things go wrong. Even if they've never done it, just explain the dangers and the legal issues surrounding it so that they're aware. There are many stories in the news that you can use as real-life examples so that you can help them understand the risks. They always need to answer 2 questions before they send an image or video. Is this something they'd want shown to the world? And is it something they'd want their mum and dad to see? If they're sending images to people they trust, they might not think there's much risk involved. But explain it by using an example of when friends or partners have had a falling out and what they might think to the images if this happens. The third risk is cyberbullying. Cyberbullying through social media sites is unfortunately widely spread in today's world and causes just as much damage as any other form of bullying. It's possibly the most challenging of threats to deal with due to the anonymous nature of the internet and the continual growth in the incidences of cyberbullying. 1 in 5 13 to 18-year-olds claim to have experienced cyberbullying. It can affect any child at any time of the day. There's no escape from the internet. And sometimes even children who don't mean to cause harm could share or post something without thinking about it. If your child uses any form of social media, make sure you talk about it. Discuss what they share online and how it could potentially lead to bullying. Always talk with your child. Be mindful of the signs of bullying and take any worries or concerns they come to you with seriously. And finally, teach your child how to deal with cyberbullying by blocking and reporting anything that bothers them immediately. Online chat rooms and grooming is another risk. Some predators enter chat rooms or use social media to find young children. And there's a possibility your child may meet people online who are not who they say they are. Grooming is a word used to describe people befriending children in order to take advantage of them for sexual purposes. They befriend them by pretending to be their age and usually try to meet up with them. Again, it's important to talk to your children about how to stay safe. Go over the warning signs and make it clear that they can always come to you if they are concerned. Encourage your kids to interact online only with their friends and family that they know. And also, let them know that meeting anyone they met online presents very real and very scary dangers. Online scams and identity theft also affect children. While older adults are often thought of as the main targets, children are very vulnerable to them as well. Common scams include emails claiming you've won large sums of money and requesting payments to receive the winnings. It can be difficult to maintain a child's privacy, as they may not understand what information is safe to share online, or what default privacy settings are on the sites and devices they're using. Educating your child is key, again, in preventing online scam and ID theft. So be sure to let your children know what the signs are. Getting a bill for something you haven't bought, getting emails from companies you don't recognize are all signs. Also emphasize that they should never ever purchase something online without checking with you, and discourage them from clicking on suspicious or unknown links. Read them stories and articles about people who have had their ID stolen or been a victim of a scam. The more they know, the better. YouTube is another site that poses some dangers online. Video is a pretty fun way to communicate and is becoming more and more popular. All the coolest apps, such as Snapchat, Instagram, Musical.ly, all let users share video clips. Kids love YouTube. It's where they go for news, entertainment, humor, and even knowledge on all sorts of topics, ranging from cooking to maths to Minecraft. The dangers include the inappropriate content such as ads, negative comments, swear words, and hate speech. And sometimes videos that seem ordinary contain horrific content. Again, ensure your parental control settings are strong. You could use YouTube Kids and try to be present and aware of what your child is watching. YouTube's age restriction is 13. Some tips for your teen if they decide to start their own YouTube channel are to know what they want to offer, who their audience is, how often they'll post, and whether they'll take advertising. Discuss what is okay to post, what should remain private, and other basics of digital citizenship. When they start their channel, you could put in strict privacy settings and a limited audience of trusted friends and family. Then, as time goes on, ask them for their constructive feedback on your child's channel, what's working and what's not working. Give your child a chance to make changes to their content before they open it up to the public. Once the channel is up and running, continue to offer your support and keep an eye on what they're posting. Positive and negative issues are always sure to come up, so just make sure they know they can come to you. There are a lot of risks out there, and as parents, we need to always keep aware, educate ourselves, and educate our kids. Kids are smart when it comes to technology, and as long as they know what to look out for, they should be able to protect themselves from most of the risk. Always make yourself available to talk about anything that your child has seen on social media or the news that makes them feel uncomfortable. Lead by example and turn off your phone more. Set boundaries and stick to them. You could ban the use of devices at meal times and in bedrooms. You could also set a digital detox day once a week or even just once a month for the whole family. Ensure that you're also connecting with other parents and try to set rules together with the parents of your child's friends. It's so much easier if your kids aren't the odd ones out. While being online is an unavoidable and vital part of a child's education and social life these days, both parents and kids should be aware of the risks and dangers involved. There's no need to be frightened of the internet and to ban your children from using it. You just need to keep up to date with what your child is doing online and what the latest threats are. Make the time to learn about the social media platforms, apps, games, and websites that your child is using. Look into them and find out what all the positives and negatives are, and whether there are any associated dangers. Next, mentor your child through their online lives. Don't make them afraid of telling you what is going on. If they're afraid that their device will be taken away or their use will be restricted, they won't be open with you. By educating, mentoring them, and working with them, you can get them to think critically about what they're doing and seeing online. A safer internet is possible. Thank you for listening.